Well, hello, all you lovely luxury lovers. Welcome to Smiling Cats Couture. Today, I wanted to talk about why I sold my original Louis Vuitton Murakami multicolor cherry blossom cherry collection in 2009. So, I did touch a little bit about that in my Q&A that I have down in my playlist, and today I'm just going to give a in-depth look at the reasons why I ended up deciding to start selling them. And obviously I've recollected them all again, so, and then some. Anyhow, so first up, the Pochette accessoire. This is one of the cherry blossom pochettes, and back then I just wasn't into the smaller handbags like I am now. Go figure, right? Like, I think the turning point for me was probably in the 2020-ish time frame. I was really carrying a lot of like wallets on chain, or wristlets, and you can make this into a wristlet. You just change the strap. If I would have thought about that, I could have saved myself a lot of trouble. So yeah, you can make this. You take the strap that it comes with, and you just clip it to the same side as where it's attached. So it is removable, which is really nice. And you can add a crossbody strap. Didn't even think about that back then, back in the day. So yeah, so you're not just stuck carrying it, as a little shoulder bag or a crook of the arm bag. You have so many options. And boy, I don't know. I don't know. Anyhow, so luckily I have it back in my collection now, and all the other pochettes. As you can see, I have another one over there. So the next bag, and I couldn't believe I sold it to begin with, was my Trille. I had it in both colorways back then, and now I have it back in both colorways. And this was my first Louis Vuitton handbag ever, from the boutique and ever. So Rob had bought it for me, and yeah, so to me it doesn't go any further than this on my arm. And I never thought about, again, putting a crossbody strap on it, because when I would take this out, like for a day trip, it was annoying to just top handle carry it, or in your crook of your arm. It just wasn't fun, and I felt it was so annoying. And so then I thought, nah, I'm over it. So I sold them both, and ended up buying them back later, like, oh my. So yeah, they're not leaving ever again. My daughter will have these handbags when I don't want them anymore, because she loves them just as much as I do. And so yeah, the Trille, now I want it in the monogram. I love that style. Another handbag was the Papillon, and I had all the cherry blossom ones back then, as I do now. And the thing of it was, when you open it up, it's just one open, space. But sometimes the magnets would be strong on it, and you'd open it and things would fly out. They didn't have organizers back in the day, so we had no way to really secure our things properly. I could have put them in a makeup case or whatever, make it I didn't think of those things back then. Like now, I'm so into handbags that we like our little pouches and our makeup bags and things like that, and for all the miscellaneous stuff that could fly out. The things that I know now that I wished I would have known then. So, but yeah, and also this one, you know, is just crook of the arm, carry. If you're thinner, you could probably put it over your shoulder. But it was kind of annoying to have two straps that you had to manage and grab, because sometimes it was like it would flop down like that on you. So it was not a fun bag back then to carry, and now I'm just so you know, have learned, you know, that there's a better way. So anyhow, that's the Papillon and Cherry Blossom. And the next bag, and still I do have an issue with it, I hate to say. You guys are gonna like, oh my god, what? So the Speedy 30, da da da, yeah, she's a beast. I'm sorry, she's so heavy. I don't know if it's because of all the hardware or what, but you know, I'd go out every Friday, my friend and I that work together, we'd go out every Friday to go decor shopping, or we called it goodie shopping, and go out to lunch. And this thing got so heavy while I was out and about, so it was really, really annoying. And yeah, so, you know, you could crook the arm it and everything, which is fine. Now it's like, I don't care, I'll take the pain. I'm not giving this beauty up for anything. So yeah, and I always thought it was gorgeous. It wasn't about how gorgeous it was or anything like that. And then the next bag, you guys are gonna scream at the camera or the TV or whatever. I got rid of this bag, like the biggest regret ever, because buying this back, it was not cheap. Some of these were not cheap to buy back, and so yeah, that was a big regret. But I'm so happy to have her back, and I just, she's never leaving, never. The Speedy, I didn't like how saggy, you know, you put stuff in and it would get droopy. Like I said, they didn't have organizers back in those early 2000s and 2005. I mean, maybe they did. I didn't know about it. So I would have definitely kept this one if it had, you know, an organizer to keep its shape and not droop and look like a sack of potatoes. That's every time I'd see somebody at the post office or whatnot carrying a Speedy, I thought, you know, I just didn't like the look, because it just was so, it looked like a wet diaper, if you want to say. Anyhow, yes, she's not going anywhere. And the last one that I regretted selling, but did get annoyed with, was my Alma. And you'd say, why? Because it's the perfect, it fits along your body so nice, and it has a great handle drop, so it goes all the way to the crook of your arm. But it's that Becca, the whole thing on the bottom, and I live in the Northwest, and it's, the whole thing is Becca. So I was like, you know, the original set that I had apple guard on them, and believe it or not, it did help it, because Rob and I used to go get coffee. We have our little dates, and we'd go sit at Starbucks or a coffee place. And I had just gotten the Blanc colorway, and this is back in the day, it's not that one. And he spilled his whole white mocha on the little end table, and it just totally drenched the entire bottom of my bag. And we quickly got a towel and wiped it up, and you won't believe it, there was nothing wrong with it. It didn't put a drop on it after hot coffee was all over it. So yeah, apple guard works. And yeah, we were way more careful after that, of course. But the Alma is just such an awesome, this is the Alma PM, by the way. I can't say enough about the Alma. I don't care what colorway, what, you know, if you get it in damier or monogram or whatever, the Alma is just such a perfect bag. I don't know. And it's really nice with the zipper because it has a big space in there, you know, so you can fit stuff, you know, lots of stuff in that pocket. And my last video, I showed my cell phone from 2002 or 3. I can't remember when I got it, but I know I had it with my Louis Vuitton bags because my first Louis Vuitton that Rob bought me was in 2004. So yeah, I have my little Samsung Y2K cell phone that I had found in the drawer, and yep, I'll show you, it fits in the I wish I could activate that phone. I love that phone. So yeah, it's you get the stuffing out of this bag, and I had Kleenex in there, but yeah, so this has a cell phone pocket right there, and voila, there goes my my phone. It always fits so perfect, you know. And then this side has the slip pocket right here. So yeah, the Alma is great. The Alma is, oh, I have a flosser. It's not used, I promise. I always keep flossers in my handbags anyway. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys again my Y2K cell phone that I used back with my original Louis Vuitton handbags. So I hope that clarifies a little bit about some of the reasons why I got annoyed with my handbags and decided to sell them. And also, I had wanted to redecorate my whole house. I had gotten a divorce and I wanted it to be just me, you know, and so I got rid of all my furniture and artwork and everything, and it also helped fund that. So it went to a good cause, you know. But then when I decided to recollect, it was awesome, you know, to find all these pieces. It took me 3 years to get my original collection back. That's including the wallets and makeup cases and everything, the bracelets, you name it. I had a lot back then, and now I have it all back now. So I'm really happy, and I did a wish list video for other things that I want, so you'll have to go check that out. But anyhow, leave me a rainbow emoji if you made it this far, and I hope you guys can kind of understand what my thinking was back then. I I think I was 40 when, in my early 40s, when I decided to sell and do all that. And I don't know, you just are going through it, and you know, when you start getting annoyed by your handbags, it was time for them to go. But now looking back, you know, I wished I had my original pieces because they were in mint condition and I kept them really nice. I do use all my handbags. I rotate. So it's not like I don't, these aren't just, you know, eye candy sitting on a shelf. I do use them. So even though I did use my original collection, I did make sure that they were, you know, protected. And like, even now when I go out and I wear something with Becca, I make sure I, you know, cover it when I'm going to the car or whatever. Make sure they're not fully, you know, exposed to the weather. But I do still carry purses with Becca in the rain, because in the Pacific Northwest, and that's what we got most of the time. Anyhow, I hope you liked this video, and you know, I love you guys. Bye. See you in the next one.